Yeah, so what this red triangle network is really all about is it's a trafficking uh trafficking satanic network full of beings that are not scientifically or medically even human beings. They don't act in any way. Their values and motivations and what drives them is not based in human motivations. It's based in satanic fallen being. They're basically fucking demons, is what they are. They children. They children. They children. They children. They children. They and they enslave the rest of humanity, and they torture them and put them under illusions until the day they die. They're a bunch of sadistic, evil, wicked, satanic that do this. Um, they will lie about anything. They will fake anything. They will obscure the truth. They will lie because they're demonic, satanic. They kill children. They children, and they make for fun. They make um they them just reference the material from the Conspiracy of Silence documentary. That's what this network is actually really about. They're a bunch of trafficking satanic beings that aren't scientifically or medically really human. If you look at the way that they're, anomalous features, for instance, or their motivations, what motivates and drives them, they're satanic. They children. They're traffickers, children, right? When they're babies, and they do this type of stuff, right? So this is what the satanic, sticky gang stalking network is. It's a human satanic network that hides behind this pathetic label of troll, so they can obscure and make everything look like it's just games and innocent internet drama that's no big deal, so people dismiss it as just jokes and memes and cartoons and stuff that isn't serious. But this network, just watch the Conspiracy of Silence documentary. They children through watch the Conspiracy of Silence documentary. The police officers, right? The police officers are a fucking Masonic cult, a disgusting Masonic cult. They're a bunch of satanic, and they children, they traffic people, they traffic people. They're in complete opposition to God. They're in complete rebellion to God. They're a bunch of human trafficking satanic that children, and they enslave all humans, and they enslave everyone in this world that isn't in their network, and they torture them and put them under mind control and chemical poisoning and radiation poisoning, basically from the beginning. And in the case of targets, they do the radiation poisoning even worse. And so that's what the network is. They children, they kill children, they sacrifice, they drink blood, they drink adrenochrome, I suppose, or other types of blood that they sacrifice from. And they're a bunch of, and they hide behind the pathetic label of trolls, where they pretend that everything is just memes and cartoons and internet drama and concern trolling over scamming or mental illness or all this bullshit. But that's all just a cover. That's the cover story. What they're all about is actually trafficking. Look at the Grow Team 6 playlist on Sticky's channel. He's a fucking human that eats, kills, sacrifices to their fake god that they call Moloch. That's what they do. That's what this network is. They want to torture people until they die. That's why they refer to targets like me as baby boy, because they kidnapped me when I was a baby and they've been torturing me ever since, and they don't want the target to ever have any sense of independence or sovereignty. So, and then they, enslave them with the handler network, right? Through the family and fake friends and online fake friends and all that. So, yeah, they're just a bunch of humans, pieces of fucking trash that deserve to be thrown in hell for fucking ever because they're a bunch of satanic devil worshipping sacks of shit. And God is going to throw them in hell forever because they sold their soul to the devil and they rebelled against God. So they're a bunch of satanic sacks of shit that are going to hell forever. And that is a punishment that actually logically meets the crime. So that's what's going to happen to them. Their time is short. That's why they say 15 amen. 15 is the 15th card in the tarot deck, the card of the devil. That's who they worship. And that's why they say Hail Saratan, because they're really saying Hail Satan, because they children and they children and they children and they make children reference this Conspiracy of Silence documentary. They children, they children, and then they enslave the rest of the humans and put them under mind control so they're docile and weak. That's why they feed all the humans fake foods, chemically altered fake foods that are modified and shouldn't even exist in the first place. That's why they created fake foods like pizza. Pizza shouldn't exist. These foods are fake. Other fake foods that they invented, for example, cotton candy. That's the CC, the 33. That's another fake toxic food that they use. For example, pretty much all their substances, their foods and their substances, their cigarettes, their alcohol, their drugs that they traffic into the nation. Just look at the Fresno police department when they pretty much, it's pretty much accepted that they pretty much murdered John Lang. And then it was revealed shortly after that the police chief in Fresno was a drug trafficker, right? So that's what this network is. It's a bunch of traffickers that work with the police, that work with the Masons and those people in high places, right? This is high level shit. Barack Obama, his 2013 inauguration, that piece of trash, that fake channel, his dad had VIP access to Obama's inauguration. And then that fake girl that went to prom with me in 2008 now has connections to that elite medical field and has weird ties to the, Robert Reich and Obama and those other elite circles. So they're a bunch the world and enslave them but they really get off of torture. They love to torture people. That's their number one thing, is they love the torture. So they're a bunch of satanic fucking pieces of shit that are going to get thrown in fucking hell forever for being the rebellious sacks of fucking trash that they are. Go to hell, human pieces of fucking shit. Go to hell, sex pieces of shit. And that's what they are. They are gay. That's what they are. Just look at the Conspiracy of Silence, right? They are fucking. They are satanic. They're not even human. They're not scientifically, medically human. They're a bunch of humans, fucking satanic pieces of fucking shit. That's what they are. You're a bunch of fucking demons that torture people because that's what you are. That's what you are. Liars, just like it says in the Bible. I believe it's a John 8:44. You're over your father, the devil. He was a liar, right? From the beginning, just like you are. That's what you all. That's all you are. That's all you are, is a bunch of demons that enslave the whole world under an illusion of being normal and selling out to these mega corporations, and this idea of being normal and conforming to a bunch of fucking bullshit, this illusory adversarial realm of fake money and fake business transactions. That's what this whole shit is. It's selling out to Moloch and Satan. That's all this shit is. And you all, I'm just calling out the network for what it really is.
Matthew, This was a great meltdown. I judge by how long they go, how repetitive, and lastly, just how delusional they are. For length, you get a 8 out of 10, buddy, which is not bad, honestly. Even though I've seen Cyrax and Potato go on longer, this was a lasting little bit of heaven. As far as repetition goes, it was out-fucking-standing. Being an agnostic who worships neither God nor Satan, I ignored the whole "you're satanic demons" bit. However, otherwise, you ran in a nice, tight spiral of loops. 9 out of 10. I especially enjoyed the overall layout. Say something conspiratorial, then repeat baseless smears for a bit before returning to the conspiracy, and eventually starting all over again. And the delusion? Chef's kiss, my guy. 10 out of 10. You cite a couple of creeps from over 40 years ago as proof of what we are all supposedly doing today. This is by far your greatest failure as a researcher, because it only proves your total commitment to your own narrative, even at the expense of logic. You know what's ironic here? Wait, of course you don't. So I'll explain. The only one I've seen around here that comes even close to being a danger to children is you. Fact. You taught English to young children overseas? Fact. You received numerous complaints from parents, children, and other teachers. Fact. Your mom said you've been all over the world, leading one to look at the Malaysia allegations and wonder, what happened there? Why didn't things work out that time? You're doing your usual damage control when it comes to really uncomfortable questions. Silence. Conclusion. The more you call everyone else a creep, the more it looks like you're just trying to deflect from your own questionable history.